Welcome to Love Stoic, where timeless wisdom meets the raw truth of modern relationships. Here, we explore love, loss, and the strength to rise again, guided by the Stoic way. Subscribe, and let's walk this path together. In modern relationships, leaving isn't always leaving. She may say goodbye, she may date someone else, but still keep you alive in her mind. And if you're not careful, you'll stay emotionally tied to someone who's no longer yours. Today, we'll explore this from a Stoic perspective, why it happens, what it means, and how to handle it without losing your peace. In the past, a breakup often meant distance, physical and emotional. You would part ways, and the physical separation would help in creating an emotional distance. The absence of constant reminders allowed wounds to heal, albeit slowly. You could focus on yourself, your growth, and your healing journey without the constant intrusion of the past. Today, technology keeps the door half open. You see her updates, she sees yours. Social media has created a paradox where you are physically apart but digitally connected. Every post, every story, every like and comment keeps the connection alive. It's like a wound that never fully heals because it's constantly being reopened. The digital age has made it harder to move on because the past is always just a click away. Mutual friends keep the conversation alive. They share updates, stories, and sometimes even photos that include your ex. It's a constant reminder of what was and what could have been. These shared connections can make it difficult to fully let go and move on. The social circle that once brought joy now becomes a source of pain and nostalgia. The Stoics would call this a false separation. They believed that true separation comes from within, from the mind. Physical distance means nothing if your mind is still attached. The Stoics taught that true freedom comes from controlling your thoughts and emotions, not from changing your external circumstances. It's about finding peace within yourself, regardless of what's happening around you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means that while you can't control what your ex posts on social media or what your mutual friends say, you can control how you react to it. It's about reclaiming your power and not letting external events dictate your emotional state. It's a reminder that true strength comes from within. If you still react to her world, you're still giving away that power. Every time you let a post or a comment affect you, you're allowing the past to control your present. It's a continuous cycle of emotional turmoil that prevents you from truly moving on. The key to breaking this cycle is to focus on your own growth and healing, to find strength within yourself, and to let go of the need for external validation. Sometimes, after a breakup or a period of distance, you might notice subtle signs that she's still emotionally attached. One of the first things you may observe is that she checks in with you, often without any clear reason. Maybe she sends a casual text just to say hi, or asks about something trivial, like how your day went or if you've seen a new show. These check-ins might seem innocent, but they can be her way of keeping a connection alive, even if she doesn't say it outright. Another sign is when she brings up memories you shared together. She might mention a funny moment from a trip, or talk about a place you both loved visiting. Sometimes, she'll ask for your advice on things she could easily figure out herself, just to hear your perspective. These moments are her way of revisiting the bond you once had, and they often reveal that she's not quite ready to let go of the past. You might also notice her reacting to your dating life, even if she tries to hide it. Maybe she asks about people you're seeing, or seems unusually interested in your social media updates. Sometimes, her mood shifts when she hears you're moving on, or she might make subtle comments about your new relationships. These reactions aren't random. They're often fueled by lingering feelings and a sense of attachment. The ancient philosopher Seneca once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." This wisdom reminds us not to overthink or overanalyze every little sign. It's easy to get caught up in wondering what her actions mean, but sometimes we create more pain for ourselves by reading too much into things. If you find yourself constantly dwelling on her behavior, replaying conversations in your mind, or searching for hidden meanings in her texts, you might be making these signs bigger than they really are. It's natural to want closure or clarity, but obsessing over every detail can keep you stuck in the past and prevent you from moving forward. Remember, not every action has a deeper meaning. Sometimes people act out of habit, comfort, or uncertainty. If you overthink her signs, you risk misinterpreting her intentions and causing yourself unnecessary stress. Instead, try to observe her actions without attaching too much significance to them. The healthiest approach is to recognize these signs for what they are, possible indicators of attachment, but don't let them dictate your emotions or decisions. Only give meaning to her actions if they consistently match her words and intentions. Trust what you see, not just what you hope for, and focus on your own growth and well-being as you move forward. So, from a Stoic lens, she clings for 3 reasons: habit, ego, and comfort. Habit keeps her mind returning to what's familiar. Ego wants to know she's still in your thoughts. Comfort, well, it wants a safe fallback if her new chapter feels uncertain. But remember, her reasons are hers to deal with, not yours to solve. The cure is discipline. When emotions threaten to overwhelm you, when your mind is clouded by longing or regret, discipline is the anchor that keeps you steady. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes not from indulging every feeling, but from mastering them. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but about understanding them and choosing your response with intention. Discipline is the quiet strength that allows you to act with purpose, even when your heart is heavy. Control what you can. First, limit exposure. In a world where reminders are everywhere, it's easy to keep reopening old wounds. Start by removing her from your daily feed. Delete the messages that keep you tethered to the past. Unfollow her on social media, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Every photo, every notification, every digital trace is a thread that keeps you tied to what was. By clearing these, you create space for healing. Remember, you can't control her actions, but you can control what you see and what you allow into your mind. Second, reframe the story. This was a chapter, not the book. Your life is a vast narrative, and this relationship was just one part of it. Take time to reflect. Write down your thoughts, your lessons, your growth. See the ending not as a failure, but as a turning point. The Stoics teach us that every event is an opportunity to learn and to become stronger. By changing the way you interpret the past, you reclaim your power over it. You are not defined by a single relationship, but by the way you rise after it ends. And finally, shift focus inward. Strength comes from building your own life, not reacting to hers. Invest your energy in personal growth. Learn a new skill, pursue a passion, nurture your body and mind. The more you pour into yourself, the less you'll find yourself looking back. The Stoics remind us that happiness is an inside job. When you focus on your own journey, you become less concerned with the paths others take. Your value is not determined by someone else's presence or absence, but by the life you create for yourself. As Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This principle applies not just to material things, but to relationships as well. True contentment comes from needing less, from finding satisfaction within. When you let go of the need for someone else to complete you, you discover a deeper, more lasting sense of peace. Simplify your life, cherish what you have, and let go of what you don't need, including attachments that no longer serve you. That applies to people too. The fewer wants you have, the freer you become. Emotional detachment isn't about coldness, it's about clarity. It's about choosing what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. In the end, the greatest strength is the ability to stand alone, content and whole, knowing that your happiness is yours to create. If she's gone but still reaching out, you must decide whether you want to reopen that door or close it permanently. What matters is that the choice is yours, not made out of hope, weakness, or longing. A Stoic man doesn't drift with the emotional tide. He chooses the course, and he stays it. Modern relationships make it easy to stay half-attached forever. Stoicism reminds us that this is a choice. She can hold on in her mind. but you don't have to hold on in yours. Because in the end, peace comes from mastering your inner world, not waiting for someone else to let go. This is Love Stoic, where men learn to see clearly, act confidently, and live with purpose. Subscribe, share, and remember, strength in love begins with strength in self.